30, and you have exactly zero. The bank app loads on a cracked screen. A two-digit balance stares back at you. It's a Tuesday morning. Your peers are posting photos of approved mortgages, promotions, second children. You are calculating if you can afford a black coffee before your shift starts. 10 years just vanished. Your 20s evaporated in a blur of comfortable stagnation and ignored warnings. Now the safety net is gone. The illusion of infinite time is dead. You are officially behind. First rule: nobody is coming to save you. You look at your resume. It reads like a scattered collection of compromises. You look in the mirror. The face looking back is older, tired, carrying the quiet shame of unfulfilled potential. The articles tell you 30 is the new 20. They are lying. 30 is a deadline you slept through. It feels too late. The gap between where you are and where the rest of the world is looks like an ocean. You don't even have a boat. You just have a sinking feeling in your chest. A cold, terrifying realization that the next decade could look exactly like the last. Another day, another commute. Still not enough. The math doesn't work. The market doesn't care. The odds are completely against you. You are standing at the starting line of a marathon an hour after everyone else has left. So why do you even take the first step? The alarm sounds at 5:30 a.m. It doesn't ring. It warns. You don't hit snooze. Panic is a better stimulant than caffeine. You walk to the kitchen. Drink cold tap water. You open your phone. You cancel the music subscription, the streaming service, the premium cloud storage holding all the photos from your 20s. You delete your past to afford your future. Total saved, $41 a month. It's pathetic. It's a drop of water in a burning house. You commute. The train is packed with people staring blankly at glowing screens. You wonder how many of them are secretly drowning, just like you. You get to the office. The fluorescent lights hum a steady, maddening frequency. Your manager, 4 years younger than you, drops a stack of data reports on your desk. Need these audited by lunch. You nod. You swallow the pride you can no longer afford. At lunch, you eat a cheap, packed sandwich at your desk. You do the math on a sticky note. If you save exactly 20% of your current salary, you will have a baseline emergency fund by the time you are 35. 35. The number makes you sick. Doubt creeps in. It's too late. The gap is too wide. Saving pennies is a slow death. Linear growth is a trap designed for people who started on time. You don't have time. You need leverage. 5 p.m., you clock out. But you don't go back to your apartment. You walk 3 blocks to the city library. You sit at a public terminal in the quietest corner. Second rule: to catch up, you have to disappear. You open a blank document. You are about to weaponize the only thing you have left. Your only weapon is focus. You have exactly 4 hours between the end of your shift and the collapse of your body. You sit in the library. You decide to learn the mechanics of leverage, digital systems, asymmetric skills. The first month is humiliating. You feel profoundly stupid. The documentation reads like an alien language. Your brain screams for cheap dopamine. It begs for the comfort of a scrolling feed. It wants the numbness of distraction. You force your fingers to remain on the keyboard. Third rule: isolation is the price of admission. The text messages from friends start to slow down. You skip a group dinner. You ignore a weekend trip. You blame your day job. The truth is, you can't afford the $80 restaurant check, and you can't afford the wasted Sunday. They stop asking. You become a ghost in your own life. It is hard to tell the difference between extreme discipline and severe depression. The daily symptoms look identical. 6 months evaporate. The snow melts outside the library window. You have built a crude portfolio. You have sent 112 cold pitches to businesses and founders. The result is silence. Absolute, deafening silence. You haven't made a single dollar. Worse, your performance at your day job is slipping. Your manager pulls you into a glass room and issues a formal warning. Your mind is always elsewhere. You are actively burning the only safety net you have left. The anxiety in your chest is a physical weight. It is 9:45 p.m. The librarian flicks the overhead lights. Closing time. You pack your bag. You step out into the freezing rain. You check your phone screen one last time before the long walk home. One new email. Not an automated rejection, a question. The email is 3 lines long. A local logistics firm needs a custom data workflow. They ask for a quote. You reply, $500. It is a fraction of the market rate. You don't care. You don't need profit yet. You need proof. You stay awake for 36 hours. Your eyes burn. You deliver the work on Monday at 4 a.m. Tuesday morning, the notification appears on your cracked screen. $500. It is a pathetic amount of money, but it is entirely yours. Uncapped. Disconnected from an hourly wage. It is proof of concept. Fourth rule, momentum is violent. The internal shift is quiet, but absolute. You walk into the office. Your manager yells about a missed report. You just watch him. You don't feel anger. You don't feel the crushing anxiety you felt a year ago. The fear is completely gone. You realize he is just a man trapped in the same maze you are currently building a ladder to escape. You apologize. You sit at your desk. You answer another client email. Client 2 comes from a referral. Then client 4. Then client 9. Year 2. You are 32 years old. Your apartment is a mess of empty takeout containers. Your social life is dead. You are physically deteriorating, but your mind is razor sharp. Your monthly side income finally eclipses your salary. You draft your resignation letter. It is 1 sentence long. You click send. You walk out into the middle of a Tuesday afternoon. You are officially free. There is no safety net anymore. The relief lasts exactly 10 seconds. Your phone rings. It is your biggest client. They don't want to renew the contract. They want something much, much bigger. And they need it by Friday. The scope of the new contract is mathematically impossible for one person. You have 72 hours. If you fail, your newly built reality collapses. Panic tries to creep back in. You shut it down. Panic is a luxury for employees. You are a business now. Fifth rule, you either sell your life or you buy someone else's. You log on to a global talent board. You find 2 developers, one in Eastern Europe, one in South America. They are hungry. They are underpriced. They are exactly who you were 24 months ago. You draft the contracts. You offer them 10% of the total fee. They accept instantly, thanking you for the opportunity. For 3 days, you don't build. You direct. You manage. You critique. When they make mistakes, you push them. You demand urgent revisions at 3 a.m. their time. You are cold. You are precise. You sound exactly like the manager you just walked away from. Friday at 8 a.m., you deliver the final product. The wire transfer clears by noon. It is more money than you used to make in half a year. You look at the screen. You produced 0 raw material. You just moved pieces on a board. And you kept 90% of the profit. A brief, sharp flash of guilt hits you. You suppress it instantly. Empathy doesn't scale. Efficiency does. You have crossed an invisible line. You are no longer trading time for money. You are trading capital for leverage. Your phone vibrates. It's the client again. They don't want another project. They want to buy your entire operation. The operation you didn't even know you had. You don't have an operation. You have a laptop and 2 group chats. You don't tell them that. You ask for 5 business days to prepare the paperwork. You register an LLC. You retroactively formalize the contracts with your 2 overseas developers. You sell a corporate infrastructure that is entirely held together by duct tape and adrenaline. They buy it. 7 figures. A valuation based on projected efficiency. The wire transfer lands on a Thursday. You are 33. You are a millionaire. You leave your cramped apartment. You lease a penthouse on the 42nd floor. Floor-to-ceiling glass. Cold slate floors. It is massive. It is spotless. It is completely empty. Sixth rule. The top of the mountain has no oxygen. As part of the buyout, you are retained as a director. Your only mandate is aggressive optimization. Optimization means cutting inefficiencies. On Monday morning, you terminate the 2 developers who saved your life 3 years ago. The board found an AI tool that does their job for pennies. You type the termination email. Your hands don't shake. You don't feel a single drop of guilt. You just hit send. Empathy is a liability you shed a long time ago. You stand by the glass window, looking down at the city. The people on the street look like insects moving through a concrete grid. You are completely detached from them. You have won the game. You bought your freedom. Your new, uncracked phone rings. It is the lead investor from the board. They aren't calling to congratulate you on the quarterly margins. They ran an independent audit on the core system you sold them. They found a fatal structural flaw, and your signature is on the personal liability clause. The lawyers are quiet, expensive, and ruthlessly efficient. It takes them exactly 48 hours to freeze your accounts. The 7 figures vanished behind a wall of corporate litigation. The structural flaw was real. Your signature was real. The liability is absolute. You don't fight it. You can't afford to. They take the penthouse. They dissolve the LLC. They liquidate your assets to settle the breach of contract. 7th rule. Gravity always wins. You walk out of the glass building. The cold wind hits your face. You walk down into the subway. The train is packed with people staring blankly at glowing screens. You pull out your old phone, the one with the cracked screen. You had to dig it out of a storage box. You open the bank app. It loads slowly. A 2-digit balance stares back at you, exactly as it did on that Tuesday morning years ago. You gave up your friends. You destroyed your empathy. You isolated yourself in a library and pushed away every human connection you had. You thought you were building leverage. You were just building a more expensive, temporary cage. You look at your reflection in the dark subway window. The face looking back is older, colder, completely hollowed out. The math is simple. The market doesn't care. The odds are still entirely against you. You are starting from zero. Again. Except this time, you aren't 30. You are 35. And the alarm is about to ring.